For the immigrant, actually, I like to use your stage. What happened 13,000 kilometers from here is not our priority. I could be pro-Palestine, you could be pro-Israel, whatever it is, like supporting Manchester United or Bayern Munich, it's your choice. But what happened in your backyard, that's your choice. What happened in here in front of your eyes in that school or that university under DEI or SOGI, this is intact with you directly about what happened with your child, with your daughter, with your kid. And this is something we need to fight for it so badly.
It is September 20th, and we are on location at the 1 Million March protest, where folks have gathered together raising awareness and standing against the sexual indoctrination of children and for parental rights. The protest today is taking place at the Highway 1 and 22 interchange west of Calgary, whereas last year we saw the protest took place downtown. It seems as though this year the 1 Million March organizers decided to stand alongside the ongoing Axe Attacks protest that has been here way back since April 1st. And just like last year, the demonstration is happening across many Canadian cities. We have rebels stationed at several of them to bring you all the details. To see our other reports, you can head to stopclassroomgrooming.com.
I'm thankful for Mahmoud with Leave Our Kids Alone that puts this on. I'm so thankful that somebody is starting to do something. It was so frustrating to me and our small team of Exposing Darkness, where the cops had cracked down on us so swiftly. We were so effective with our protest. In a matter of like weeks or 2 months, if that, we had shut down 15 drag events. We were thriving, we were excelling. He was here with me, this reporter with Rebel, hanging out with me because I had a warrant for my arrest. I'm on a prayer walk, I get scooped up, criminally charged for protesting drag queens. What happened to freedom of speech in Canada?
I do really want to thank the Premier of Alberta for putting policies in place to protect all the kids, transgender kids or straight kids. Albertans feel a little bit better with this policy. I believe it's going to come Bill of Rights in the fall. I really want to thank our Alberta government, and I hope for other politicians, for other responsible leadership and authority to look after our kids, after the future of this country, by leaving this woke and lefty ideology out of our kids' school system. We're pushing here in Calgary. We came to protest because I believe in a free school system, not indoctrinate the children in any level or any way. And we need more education because our kids doesn't know what's going on in their schools. And sadly, we have teachers those who don't understand the value and the principle of parent, the value of principle of being Canadian or Albertan, and trying to poison our kids' mind with so many matters or issues that has nothing close to reality. And we are raising this voice to let everybody knows that our kids should be free of all the ideology, free of all this gender confusion. It's not education, and our kids should be able to live their innocent life, learning about matters that conflict and impress them and how to live in a better situation.
This one is just an extension from the across the country that's even happening back in my home area, because there's one going on in St. Catharines.
The motivation is to keep exposing the darkness, to be protecting our children. And I don't care who's doing it. This fight isn't just exclusive to Christians. So if the Muslims are doing it, the freedom fighters are doing it, that don't believe in Christ yet, I'm joining with those that want to stand against this principality in unity. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep having a voice. So you guys should do something about it too.
I've been at this protest for 170 days. It was carbon tax protest, but today it's like it's always about the kids. I have 2 little beautiful grandkids. I have my son, and like I have to be here. You know, the options are what, starvation? Go, you know, your politician tells you to go to the food bank. That's not a political solution, man. That's their problem, you know. Yeah, so I'm out here, man. I want to save the kids, you know, simple as that. None of this grooming, none of this vaccination, none of this kind of stuff. You know, there's so many levels.
As a grandmother, a parent and a grandmother, I'm actually horrified the direction that this whole movement, the SOGI movement, is going. Sexual orientation and gender identity, and they're targeting children as young as 4 years old with this, to me, it's like grooming. It's like indoctrination, it's grooming. They're scaring children. They're alienating their children from their parents. I think they prey on particularly vulnerable children. They kind of cut them out of the pack, and they're like, you're in the wrong body, and you don't need to talk to your parents. Change your pronouns, change your identity in school, we'll protect you.
It's the news event of the year. Canada's most controversial premier sits down with Canada's most controversial journalist, and everything is on the table. Come watch Ezra Levant one-on-one with Alberta Premier Danielle Smith in front of a live studio audience in Calgary. Nothing's off limits. Nothing's held back. Questions that would make Justin Trudeau invoke martial law. Answers that will make Stephen Guilbeault pee his pants. You're not going to want to miss this one, but you have to be there in person at the Rebel News Live mega conference in Calgary on October the 5th. Tickets are limited, so drop everything and go to rebelnewslive.com right now. Special discounted prices for Patriots and special extra high prices if you're with the CBC. Go to rebelnewslive.com now.
For parents here today, what other actions can they take other than being at the protest to help advocate for their children?
First of all, I want to advise every parent to take a role as a parent in his kids' life, because don't leave them to the predators. Some of those teachers, with all respect, back in the days, a teacher was a great mark, high grade mark.
Like their children, you don't go giving them. They used to sterilize prisoners that were like horrible, evil people that would do nasty things, and they're giving those same puberty blockers to our kids now. Shame on them. That's how you fight against it. You just keep standing in the truth and saying, no, man. I seen a story of a little girl that got both of her breasts cut off because of doctors giving her consultations and telling her it was that way. And then when she decided that it was a mistake, the community that had pushed her towards that turned against her and left her all alone. This story's true, and I'm sure it's true. I seen it with my own eyes. I don't know, it makes me want to cry, man.
All they have to do is just look around them at just the nonsense that's going on in our society, and just look at how it was before and how it is now. It's like, since we've started doing these things, the world's gotten crazier, and people seem more confused than ever, and there's no things that we can agree on. Everything's become so focused on a single point, instead of having an open mind or having free speech.
Everybody has the right to have their own views, and that's the beauty of this country. But right now we have a wicked mayor, we have a government that's telling us what we need to believe and who they're going to fund and who we need to bow the knee to, and we're not going to do it, and we're going to keep having a voice.
Children all struggle with all kinds of ideologies, all kinds of identity crises. I mean, this is too specific. Sexual orientation and gender identity. No, they are trying to say Trudeau are trying to say the parents are bad and hard right wing or whatever. It's not any of that. So I don't know what their motivation is.
Well, I'd like to say, first of all, there's no such thing as parental rights. In Canada, there are parental responsibilities. And in Canadian family law, the primary responsibility of parents is to support and affirm their kids.
Parents and children, for the most part, are in a safe environment as a relationship. There might be the odd one, parents might be abusive and they've got to be protected by the state, but no, governments, get the hell out of the children's business. Schools, get back to teaching school subjects. Not this. This is petition E5010. It's being sponsored by MP Jamal Javani, and it reads to the effect of no medical intervention, changes for children's bodies, and until at least they're 16, and that's a really important one to protect the children. He's trying to get a law put in place to protect the children from the surgical removal of parts or mutilation of parts. So that's 5010. Read it for yourself. Petition E5010.
I believe we're not in a better situation than any other provinces. I believe it's a contagious disease and affect everybody, and that's why we need to build our shield high. Alberta isn't better than any other provinces. Yes, we have a premier who's working hard to protect all the children, but still the Alberta Teacher Association, the ATA, the NDP, and the lefty pushing all their agenda. And I have a message for the For the immigrant, actually, I like to use your stage. What happened 13,000 kilometers from here is not our priority. I could be pro-Palestine, you could be pro-Israel, whatever it is, like supporting Manchester United or Bayern Munich, it's your choice. But what happened in your backyard, that's your choice. What happening here in front of your eyes in that school or that university under DEI or SOGI, this is intact with you directly about what happened with your child, with your daughter, with your kid. And this is something we need to fight for it so badly. You're not obligated to vote for Trudeau because he brought you to this country. There's a system who brought you to this country, and you need to fight hard for what you believe. And those who doesn't have past, they don't appreciate the present and they don't look up for the future. Be effective person. Don't feel because you came to this country recently, you need to vote for NDP and Liberal because they're taking all the freedom away from you and they will destroy this country and you will be looking for another country to immigrate if you don't stand up. Thank you so much, and thank you for Rebel News and for keeping our voice high and loud all the time. You guys supporting us. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
If you want to take action against child indoctrination in schools and stand for parental rights, you can head to stopclassroomgrooming.com and sign the petition. As always, stay strong and stay free. For Rebel News, I'm Angelica Toy. On October 5th, here in Calgary, we have Rebel News Live coming back with some amazing guests. We've got, of course, your favorite Rebels, and then we have Dr. Tom Flanagan, Dr. Stephen Ellis, Chris Sims, Premier of Alberta Danielle Smith, Tamara Leach, and April Hutchinson. So if you want to have a great day, listen to these amazing speakers, check out rebelnewslive.com and grab your tickets and hurry up because they might as well sell out.